Oh, before we get to your scheduled program today, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. After you do that, be sure to leave in the comments, "I subscribe" with as many exclamation points as possible. Then hit that little bell button so you're notified whenever I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get to your radio scheduled program. Hello guys, welcome back. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So basically, we have a normal Rubik's Cube, and if you mix it, which that typically takes a little while, if you want to mix it well, that is. So I take it this is just good enough. That's not going to prove to be well. Okay, so this is probably good enough. This is to a point where you cannot backtrack your steps unless you're like wicked smart and you can like backtrack everything. You have a wicked good memory, but you know, that's in my case I can't do that well. So here's what we're gonna do. The first thing that we're gonna want to do is, if you see the yellow here, we want that to be all around, or we see the white, not the yellow. We want this to be all around the yellow. And FYI guys, you might want to grab your notebook or something before we get completely into this video. So as soon as I finish this up, okay, I'll just make that neat. So that's what we want that to look like. So basically like a little flower. So I'm gonna kind of stop, not like stop, but I'm just gonna kind of let you guys see that in case you want to grab your notebook or something. So okay, so moving back on, you should pause the video. Here's what we're gonna want to do. So if you see the white right here, you're gonna want to look at the green. So we just want to look at the color that is right on the same piece, and we're gonna want to take that to where the green is, right there. So now we have the green lined up. So now we're just gonna want to take this piece where the green is lined up, and you just want to spin it to the white. That's all you gotta do. So now that we have the white lined up with the green. So now we're gonna go back up here. This time we add the blue. So let's just move it straight over to the blue. So now we should have the white with the blue right here. Okay, so we're just gonna spin that over to the white. Now if you're doing it right, none of these should ever cross. So in other words, you should never have that happening, ever. So now this is red, so we're just gonna kind of spin it over to red, and we're gonna spin it down to white. So now we have the last white. We're gonna spin it over to orange, which is, see how the orange heads up. And we're gonna spin it straight over. So now we should have a completely white flower there. Okay, and if done right, you should have a line all across the cube, just like that. So now moving on, now we're gonna want to find well, I guess we're gonna have to start off with one of these. So now we want to find the corners with the white in them, and obviously one is right here. So we're just gonna kind of move this side just down so that the white is right here. We're gonna want to move it right there and then back up. So now that we have that there, and yes, I realized that came back up, and it's kind of annoying. So now we have a white right here. So what you're gonna want to do there is you're gonna want to spin your well, let me so we see the white, we're just gonna want to spin the cube just over to here so that we see the red is on the other side of the white. We're not going to the bottom so that we see the green, we're just going over one. Okay, so seeing that, we're gonna want to spin it over to here. So now what you should see, sometimes you'll have other red, but if anything, you should see this. That's what you want to see. Now you're gonna want the white facing you. So then you're gonna want to spin it to the opposite way that it is. So in other words, the white is over here, so we're gonna want to spin it that way. So just spin it that way. Then we're gonna bring this side down, and we're gonna bring this back over so it lines up. When you bring it over, now you should have the green and the red. So that's what that should be. Now all you have to really do is just kind of repeat that pattern. So there's orange right here. I'm going to spin that to the orange. Now another way you can think about it is if you get it out of the way. So let's get it out of the way. Let's move this side down. Move it back. Now back up. Okay? This side's green, so we're going to want to spin it to green. So now that there's green, we're going to want to spin it out of the way. This side down. Then back over. then this side back up. So now with the last one, we have this side right here. So we're going to move that down. We're going to move this side over. That way it's on bottom, and then when we bring it back up, it'll be on the bottom row. If you need to know more, just rewatch it. Okay, so this is already lined up for the red with us, so we're just going to move this out of the way. We're going to move this side down and move the yellow back over, just like that. So now we should have, if done right, you should have the white completely solved, and you should have like small T's lined up on every single one of these. That's how it should look. Now moving on, this is where it starts to get a little bit complicated. This is a little more moves than what we've been going through. Now you're going to want to spin it to the yellow. And obviously not always you'll see the T, that's just coincidence. So now we want to find one of these 4 sides that has no yellow whatsoever on them. So this side right here, that's green, so let's just kind of flip it here. And it has yellow, so we cannot use it. Okay, so let's flip back over. This side has yellow, so already we know we can't use it. Let's spin it here. This side has red. I'm just going to flip it down. And blue. Okay, that's what we want. So if we have it like this, we found the piece that has no yellow. We're going to move the cube just like that. Now what we want to do is we just want to spin. See the blue here? We want to spin it to the blue. Now, we want the red over here. So that the blue and the red line up right here. So we're going to want to spin it this way. So we move it out of the way. And we want to move this bottom piece over to the left. We're going to move that down. And then we just want to move the middle piece over. And we move it back up. Now we should have this little L shape with the white. With this not so L shape, but L shape with random colors. All we're going to want to do is we're going to want to move this up. We're going to want to move it out of the way. And we're going to want to move this down. Then move it back. Then move it up. So now we should have this completely solved. That's really nice. So let me show you what it kind of looks like in regular motion as I like to do it. That's how I like to do it. Obviously you guys will get to that point later on. So now we have green and orange. Let's just move that over to the green. And that's where we want the orange to go. So we want to spin it to the opposite way. Move this piece in the opposite direction as the orange is. Move this side just down, over, then up, and then we're going to want to solve the white. Just like that. Now this piece is solved. Now we don't have quite everything solved yet, so we have the orange here already lined up for us nicely. We're going to move it over, this way, down, over, up to the side, up, over, up. So now if you guys may have to make more moves, sometimes you'll have to spin it in the opposite direction as some of my moves. But if you just follow those basic directions, you should have the second layer done. Now what we want to find, this is where you guys should really get your notebook, because this is where it starts to get very complicated. This is where I was stumped for a very long time, okay? So we want to find a piece where this yellow piece is in the middle. So obviously we have 2 yellow pieces in the middle. If you don't, just follow my moves. And eventually you'll come across 2 yellow in the middle. We're going to want to move the front side clockwise. Then we're going to want to move the upper side clockwise. Then the right side clockwise. Then we want to move the upside counterclockwise. Then we want to move the right side counter. Then we want to move the front counter. So now if you just kind of repeat those moves until we have yellow, like the completely yellow flower, kind of like this. Just repeat those moves until that's all you see. You may have a few on the side here. So moving on. So I hope you got your notebook. You wrote down those first few moves. Now we have these moves. So now we're going to try and work on getting these 2 pieces and solving the yellow. So all we want to do is move the right side clockwise, the up clockwise. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. So up, over, right clockwise, up clockwise, up, over, this way, Okay, I was trying to remember there for a minute. So it's right clockwise, up clockwise, right counter, up clockwise, right clock, move this side 2 times, whatever direction. So now we had the fish, because you kind of see it kind of looks like a fish. So now you just want to repeat those moves, and this is what it looks like fast. After you have the fish, you always want the fish, if you can kind of imagine that these 3 pieces are not here. You always want the fishtail facing in the upright corner, away from you, okay? That's how you always want that. Now this next step I'm about to show you is the most complicated of all the algorithms that I just went through. If you have any solved sides, you want to move it, let's say this red side here, let's say that orange was red, so we want to move it to the red. So like I said, kind of thinking that this is red. Now we have the whole red side completed. So now we want to move right counterclockwise, the front clockwise, the right counterclockwise, and the back just 2 directions in any movement. Then we want to move the right clockwise, front counterclockwise, then right clockwise, counterclockwise, sorry, then back 2 directions in any movement, then the right side 2 directions in any movement. Now, this is what you want to look for along with the completely solved sides. Now, if we have this with the 2 blue and the orange in the middle, we want to move that to blue to kind of look like that. That's what we want. That's going to be part of the next step. So we're going to want to move this. Now we're going to want to repeat what I just did. So right clockwise, right counterclockwise, front clockwise, right counterclockwise, back in any direction twice, right clockwise, front counterclockwise, right counterclockwise, back in any direction, and then up 2. So now you should come across something like this. On the off chance you have this, just a completely solved side. So sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. If not, just kind of keep following the directions. So now we want to move this up, 1, 2, then we want to move clockwise in every direction. So 1, 2, 3. Only 3 times, moving right and up in pattern clockwise. Now we want to do the same thing but 5 times counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you should have something that kind of looks like this. We just want to move that over and solve that. So now we should only have one more time because orange is next to orange, red is next to red, and blue is next to blue. So we're going to do it one more time. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it, guys. You should have a completely solved Rubik's Cube. So I've been using this way. This is the beginner method. Hopefully you were able to write some stuff down. Let's move on to a little bit of bonus, okay? So if you guys will stick around for the whole video, I applaud you. And thank you so much. So here's a little bit of bonus footage for you guys. I'm going to show you how to get the surrounding pieces with with the piece in the middle different. That goes for every side. Every side's going to be different. So here's what we're going to want to do. You just want to move this side, the middle, down. That's all you want to do. Starting. Then you want to spin it one way over. So we have it from this. So let me just start over. So you have it from this, over, then this. Then just keep following that pattern. Just keep doing that. And then you should come across the one piece in the middle. Now, to solve this, you want to find the middle piece and you want to put it with everything else. Now, obviously, when doing that, you're going to move this row, so you won't have it all. But if you just follow the directions, just move the middle piece down. Now we have the 2 yellow. We want to solve the yellow. So move it over. Obviously, that's not where yellow is. So the yellow middle is right here, so we just want to move that down. Then we want to completely solve the yellow. The piece that we just did, we just want to solve that color. So just like that, and that should be pretty simple from there. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully now you're able to solve a Rubik's Cube. So, look out for more videos. They're coming soon. I'll see you guys later. Bye!